Came down last week. How did Coach Moorhead kind of communicate to you that you were going to be the starting quarterback?
Thinking back, I got a text in the night. Actually, no, it was the morning of. I got a text the morning of from Coach Briner. Said come meet with him at roughly 2:30, I believe. And got in there. Went in after I got to Coach Briner's office. We immediately went to Coach Moorhead's office, and he just told me that. He asked me how I thought I did in camp, and told him how I felt, and basically told me I was going to be a starting quarterback.
Where did he tell you that his expectations were of you?
At that moment, or because he really didn't, say anything expectation-wise at that moment. But I guess knowing him, if he were to say something, he would say something along the lines of, this is kind of like the keys to the car now, and this isn't the end. Obviously you need to continue to progress, and I guess that's more of the way that I took it. I guess.
When he asked you how you thought you played in practices, what did you tell him?
I thought I did well. I still thought that, I remember I told you guys, I think it was the last time that we met, that it was probably my best camp all in all. And I think I closed it out that way. I think that I continued to, play at a high level, higher than, that I've played before. And so, maybe that goes to, being in the system longer. I was able to play more comfortably, but, those are kind of the things that were said.
Obviously, playing at this level is nothing new for you, but how different is your preparation going into that first career start, or you just follow the same routine, or are you even given that much thought about it being your first start?
Obviously, it's there to think about, but as far as things that I'm doing, I haven't changed anything. I take a lot of pride in the way that I prepared for things at Penn State, and although I'd never, been given the opportunity to start a game there, I took the same approach every week. And from the first game that I prepared as the backup to obviously now, things have changed a little bit as far as, taking things here and there and just making it a part of my, week-to-week, routine. But, every week I try to prepare like the starter, so nothing will change from that. So.
What did you think about being named captain when you heard that news?
It was awesome. Big goal of mine really since I started playing college football. It's a huge honor. Very proud to be a captain, and very very thankful of my teammates for thinking so highly of me.
To be voted in by your teammates as a captain, how great is that? Coming in as the new guy and things, and to not only win the starter's job, but to get that vote of confidence too.
It was awesome. Like I said, I'm very proud of that accomplishment. And it's a credit to my teammates being able to have their faith in someone who's new around here. And I never really tried to be the guy that's rah rah and speaking too much, especially being the new guy. I just tried to work and speak in given moments. Obviously I can't be too quiet, but some of those things have progressed the more that I've eased into things, and obviously the more I'm around the guys, the more comfortable I get. So but all in all, I'm very thankful for their thoughts of me being a captain, and I'm not gonna let them down.
Has anything changed for you in terms of mindset or focus or anything since you won the job?
No, it's this is as much as it is a game, and you see it from that side of things, and you love to have fun with it and all that, but it's a huge responsibility, and I've taken it very seriously since I started playing the game really at a high level, starting when I was in a junior in high school, and I was really starting to start my first couple of games of my high school career. So obviously the more it progresses, and the higher it gets, obviously, but kind of back to the question about preparation, it's a job-like mentality, and I don't take it too lightly.
You've been in quarterback competitions your whole life, and you've been on the other end of this thing before you win this one. But when you don't win the job, what's that like as a competitor?
It's it's tough. It's very tough. I've lost more than I've won. That's for sure. This is really the first head-to-head one that I did win. I remember losing back my sophomore year in high school. I lost the battle to a kid that was a year older than me, and that was really tough on me up at that point. And obviously, losing the job to Trace at Penn State was tough on me. And but at the end of the day, try not to make it too much about yourself. At least at that point, it's still a team first type mentality, and I guess my change of focus at that point turned to what can I do to help this team win. So that was kind of I guess my mentality.
Once you walked out of the office, Coach Reiner, who's the first person you contacted?
I got a family group chat, I guess, with my mom, dad, brother, and sister, and I was actually they told me right before we went to a team meeting, so I didn't have time to get on the phone with them, but I sent them all a text. I was like, hey, this is going to come out, but I've been named the starter, so I'll talk to you guys more later. That's kind of how it went.
Coach Moorhead talked the other day about he's never been worried about your passing when you were at Penn State. You've always been a good passer, but he said the main progress you've made when he coached you last before now was not relying on your athleticism to get away with stuff and to pay attention to detail and technique. Yeah. What's that process been like for you, and when did that start to turn?
I think when I see that, I guess I think back to I guess where I was after losing the job to Trace. Some of the things that I would do then, kind of like what he's saying is knowing something's coming. So like we'll use an example of field edge pressure by the sand linebacker, knowing that's coming, and instead of moving the offensive line to pick that up, I would just say, hey, I'll make it right. And so with that comes learning the offense, kind of like I was saying earlier, but just knowing everything and being able to play more comfortably, I guess, is the biggest take from that. And I've been able to do some things like that, especially, like I said, being in the offense for so long.
You sort of bet on yourself to make this move. Just how does it feel to kind of bet on yourself and win the job outright?
It's a good feeling. Obviously, it's what I wanted coming here, and I guess I don't necessarily want to say relieving, I guess, because obviously there's competition in every aspect of life, and like I said, this isn't the end of the road either. So got to continue to progress, but very very happy that this is I guess where we're at, and got to continue to grow from this point on.
What's something you came into this camp saying, I need to get better at this, and you did?
That's a good question. I wanted to be as efficient as I possibly could, as far as not necessarily completion percentages, but things kind of like I was saying just a minute ago about getting the protection set the right way, and not missing many of of those things, and just little details. I wanted to be very detail oriented, and so kind of like I said in the very beginning, I thought that it was my best overall camp, not just because my completion percentage was what I think was probably close to at its best that it's ever been as far as a training camp perspective, but some of those little things like sliding the protection the right way and knowing when the defense is doing a certain thing, I think is probably maybe what I'm most proud of.
Are you relieved that you get to do a walk through the Superdome on Friday before you play your first game?
It's gonna be cool. I've never been there before, so it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for the opportunity. But at the end of the day, all football fields across America are the same size. So at the end of the day, it's just football.
You've had a lot of support on social media from Penn State folks after you won the job. What has that meant to you?
It's cool. I'm thankful, for those people that have been saying good things. I'm happy that I was able to have, I guess that kind of impact on the people there at Penn State while I was there, and just very thankful that they were able to say nice things to me and about me and my family and things like that.
As far as this weekend works out, is it kind of relieved too that you just get to get out of bed and then go straight to the field, because no waiting around all day? Let's get this game going, 11 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, no, it's cool. There's obviously a different, I don't want to say mindset, but obviously, with there being, I always say noon, 3:30, and 7, because that's the times that I've been used to on the East Coast, but it's a little bit different now, 11, 2:30, 6, so, but, same thing, there's different, I guess, routines that you do for each game, and like you said, you're waking up, you're eating pregame meal, and we're going, so, there's going to be a lot of, emotion, but like I said, I got to just continue to remind myself that, it's obviously what I wanted for a very long time, and it's football. So, like I said, excited for the opportunity.
If it's already got to ask, but when you first got told you were captain, first off, what was your reaction?